Hey everyone, it's Dog King, and the Indigo Disk DLC for Pokemon Scarlet came out recently. As of the writing of this script, I have just finished my playthrough, so let's take a look at my team. Now, before that, I should mention that the difficulty of this DLC was like that of a fan game. Every battle was a double battle, trainers had competitively built teams, and it resulted in there being a decent amount of difficulty even as my team grew stronger and stronger. For my first Elite Four battle, I actually ended up using a mix of old and new team members, but by the later battles, I had my team mostly figured out. Yeah, I boxed a few team members, so let's talk about those first, but there are spoilers ahead. One of my early catches was a Beldum named Hal in the polar biome. As a Metagross, Hal was quite strong, but got benched after I caught a certain other Pokemon. Now, only 2 hours into the DLC, I caught a shiny Seviper named Blade. I wanted to use him, but ended up boxing him, as he was far too weak and frail. Mostly the frail part. And finally, I caught a Terra Ice Hitmontop named Crash in the Canyon biome. Similarly to Hal, Crash got boxed to make room for another Pokemon. With my box team members out of the way, we can talk about my main team of 6 that I used for a majority of the playthrough. First up, we have my favorite Pokemon. When I found out this Pokemon was in the Indigo Disk DLC, I knew I had to put it on my team. The issue? Its evolution item wasn't in the game. My only option was to capture it already evolved, and since I had caught its pre-evolution in the Savannah biome, this forced me to box it and catch the evolution in the Canyon biome. This Pokemon was Cleavor, who I named Valkyrie. Valkyrie was a strong asset to my team, being able to nearly sweep Crispin's team. With the sheer force ability and Rock Slide, combined with Terrestrialization and a Hard Stone for bonus damage, Valkyrie was a force to be reckoned with. Now, my second team member was a bit of an odd choice. I felt like I needed a water type, but wasn't quite sure which one to go with. In the end, I picked Tentacruel, who I caught in the coastal biome. After catching Blade, I briefly boxed Squilliam the Tentacruel, but ended up bringing him back later on. With a Choice Scarf, Squilliam excelled at outspeeding foes and hitting them with strong poison-type attacks, but got little use throughout the playthrough until my battle with Kieran, where he suddenly showed a lot of hidden strength, being a huge help in my victory. My next capture was a hidden MVP of my team. While not doing much damage, this team member was crucial to my victories throughout the playthrough. Caught and Swad the Whimsicott was able to set up Tailwind, set up Light Screen, and change the weather to sunlight in order to mess with foes' weather strategies, all with priority. After catching a different team member, I swapped out a Light Screen for a Moonblast. With a Power Herb allowing for one-turn Solar Beams, Whimsicott was a useful team member even with an overall low damage output. Now, after losing a few too many times to Amorous, I began grinding Blueberry Quest. And grinding. And grinding. Rinse and repeat it all again. Until finally I upgraded the biodiversity in the polar biome and captured a Torchic, evolving it into a powerful Blaziken known by one name, Sanders. With powerful blaze kicks and flare blitzes for damage, and double kicks to break sturdy, along with constantly increasing speed, Sanders would become a powerful team member, a true MVP of the team. Without Sanders, I'd probably be struggling against Amorous still. And the next team member broke my usual no overlap rule, but I didn't care too much. They were an alternate form of a Pokemon I had used on a previous team in this very same game, and they proved to be a valuable asset. This team member was Yuki the Alolan Ninetales. With Ice Beam, Dazzling Gleam, and the Snow Warning ability with Aurora Veil, Yuki showed that sharing a type with a team member wasn't as big of an issue as it may have seemed. Yuki's ability to increase the bulk of my team made her absolutely necessary to bring against both Drayden and Kieran, although for Kieran, I couldn't lead with her. Despite sharing a type with Whimsicott, Yuki's use proved to be imperative for victory. Alright, and now we have one final team member, one who I had always wanted to use, but never got the opportunity to due to limited availability. A mythical Pokemon. I didn't originally plan on using it, but when the method of capture was discovered, I had to see if it could be done before beating the DLC story. And wouldn't you know it, it was possible. With this capture, I ended up boxing Hal. Introducing Forte the Meloetta, with Psychic, Ice Punch, Drain Punch, and Relic Song. Forte was versatile and powerful. Relic Song's Sleep Chance, Ice Punch's Freeze Chance, and Psychic's Special Defense Drop all came in clutch throughout my playthrough. I was able to rely on Forte a lot for my final two Elite Four battles and the battle with Kieran. Now, that was my Indigo Disk team, but after beating Kieran, I made some alterations. Two Pokemon from each of my teams would be brought down into the depths of Area Zero. From my Paldean team, I brought Nyx the Meowscarada and Uramaki the Tatsugiri. From my Kitakami team, I brought Kit the Cantonian Ninetales and Marshall the Mienshao. And from my Blueberry Academy team, I brought Valkyrie the Cleavor and Forte the Meloetta. And thus comes an end to Pokemon Scarlet. Over the last year, I have used 3 teams, and now their story comes to a close. In Paldea, I became a champion-ranked trainer. I hunted down Herba Mystica, and I uncovered the origins of Team Star. In Kitakami, I discovered the truth behind Ogerpon and the Loyal Free. And in Blueberry Academy, I fought some of the toughest battles I had ever faced before delving back into Area Zero to find the hidden treasure. It's been a long road, but now it's over. Thank you for watching, and farewell for now.